In this video, we'll create our rendering. When I'm completely happy with my kitchen design, a nice final touch is to create a render. To do that, I'll open up my kitchen perspective from the project browser. I'll turn on a shaded view to get a look at some of the materials I've created so far. The rendering will really highlight both your lighting scheme as well as material choices, so it's worth spending time to get those how you like before creating the render. When everything is as you like, go to the View control bar and choose the teapot option. For your first render, I highly recommend keeping it at draft. The higher resolutions will take quite a bit of processing power on your computer. Under lighting scheme, you can choose to have an interior lighting scheme that will show both the sun and artificial, or just artificial lights. Experiment with both to see what looks best for your design. Under lighting, you also have the option to really dig in to the strength of the lights that have been placed. I typically keep all of these set at the default, but you're welcome to play around if you like. I'll hit OK to bring me back to the main render dialog. When my settings are how I like, I'll hit render to create the draft view. I'll get a progress bar indicating how much time it would take. Because we're working in draft, this should go fairly quickly. If you were on a higher resolution, you might want to leave this to process overnight. Once the render has been complete, before getting out of the dialog box, under Image, you can choose to adjust the exposure. In my case, things are looking a little bright to me. I'll go ahead and make them darker and hit Apply. I also have the option to mess with highlights as well as shadows. If you need to reset at any point, you have that option. When the exposure is how you like, you can hit OK. Finally, to save this rendering to our project, we need to click the Save to Project button. I'll give it a name and hit OK. You have the option to export here if you're working in other documents as well. But before closing the render, make sure you at least save it to your project. Notice a render folder has showed up in my project browser and my kitchen perspective is there. I can then go back to my kitchen in detail sheet and rearrange to fit both views, or in my case, I might delete my active 3D view and add the render. If it doesn't quite fit so nicely, you can click into the render and choose to scale the image. One thing to note about this render, it's no longer an active 3D view. It's just a picture that I've produced, so I can't go in and edit the elements anymore. As a reminder, in this video, we looked at different options you have when it comes to rendering an interior view. I hope this helps.